Okay, Terry, this is January 15th lesson. Um, uh, so we drew the lines. Okay, so the one is supposed to be yellow, but you get the idea here. So the swing plane is a plane that's parallel to the yellow lines. We drew the hand path and all. So posture is great. I like the idea your eye line is up here, your chin's out of the way. Most people have buried their chin. Anyway, so the takeaway, so you drug it inside, right? So you want to be, whoops, remember we want to be parallel, oops, that's weird. That's really interesting. What happened here? Let me put this on. Okay, so you see where Scott's backswing is. This is perfect, right? So see how the shaft is parallel to his toe lines. As a matter of fact, on his toe line, the head of the club overlaps from this direction, from down the line direction, overlaps his hands. You got it out here, so the club should be here. So this is movement that's not needed. So the club head should be here, and it's actually out here. So that's like 2 feet, 1.5 feet off where it should. So it's an unneeded movement, and somehow you got to get it back to on plane, which is another 1.5 feet. So you can play from this way, but it adds an inconsistency to the swing. Sometimes you may take it back 1.5 feet, sometimes 1 foot, and sometimes the correction isn't exactly matching it. So this just introduces inconsistency. So we get it back from here. So let's see, we'll just capture this. So now, from what I remember is now you're working your knickers on it to get it back on plane. Great shoulder tilt. That's really good. The head's come up like 2 inches. We'll see if you can get by with that. Okay, so now see at this point you have a Varden overlap grip, don't you?
No.
You have a baseball grip?
No, I have this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but see, it's not overlapped here. See, you're seeing some space. So you're just like me. You got into a baseball grip. See that black thing? That's not overlap. That's a baseball grip. Okay. But the good news is you put it on plane. Okay, so this, see the club head? This is more what I'd expect than I saw the first time. So you get it up here, and then it dips behind your head, but that's That's across the line. And then when you come down, you're going to have to fight being steep. But watch what happens. Okay, so this is a second position that will eventually have to look more like him. See how that right elbow is, he's vertical, but he's way more flexible. And the elbow is actually, the arm is coming out of the monitor. Yours is kind of back here, right? So, ideally you want these elbows to stay and hands stay in front of your chest, right? Like this. You get kind of like this thing here. But this is better than it was. I think previously, I can pull it up, but previously it was out like 50 degrees. Now it's like 25 or 30 degrees. So it's in a better position, elbow-wise. Yeah, it's like, I think I captured this. I'll do it again just in case. Okay, so now then when you come down, it's beautiful. Look how it's all in plane. See that? Parallel to that yellow line. Beautiful. Then you, yeah, it's still parallel. Look at that. There's the shaft, there's the right arm. Let me huge difference. You can play with that swing on a consistent basis. I forgot what you were wearing last time. Here you are. See where the shaft is? Unbelievable difference. Look at this. This is remarkable. Yeah. Shaft is here, and it should be right up the forearm. Here's the shaft. Basically up your forearm. It's fabulous. See, when you get here, see that club's outside your hands? That's going to go left. Now watch this, the new version. Club head's right where it should be. Slightly inside the hands, so you're coming around it. So now, you've shallowed out the swing. You're now hitting off the table instead of tomahawking. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Huge, huge difference. Right? So, look, all the pros end up on their forearm, and as they come in to hit, the club head's slightly inside their hands. Exactly where yours is. It's a blur, but, that when it's, again, shaft is parallel to the ground, the club head is right there, slightly inside. That's beautiful. Now you can start turning your hips. You're worried about being on plane, and you're on plane. Now see how you can keeps that butt back against the back wall. Now you can. Previously, when you came in steep, you couldn't keep the butt against the back wall. Now you're coming in shallow. Now the next phase is now you can rotate through. And all this thing's locked in your body, and then that's more consistent than flashing at it. You know what I mean? They set it up right here, and then they just rotate through like that. So they're all connected in here, and that's where that consistency comes from, instead of the handsy flashing at it. Yeah, really good, huge difference. Look, you exit right on plane, right here. So, what I'm saying is that remarkable change from last time as far as swing plane. You still have to work really hard because you flip it here, as opposed to rotate your body right to here. Then all you do is from there, the club head goes boom, and then we come down here. So this move you can get more consistently.
So can you show me my current move?
Sure, yeah.
No, I mean you.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, so you're dragging it inside here.
Okay.
And then, now somehow you got to get it back on plane, you know, here. So at this point, the plane is, you know, basically here, right? So it's like 90 degrees to the plane. Now you get it back in here and hold it up here. So this move isn't needed, and then the move to get it on plane isn't needed.
Okay.
So it's sort of like on the X-planer, it doesn't allow you to get it inside. And so that's going to cause inconsistency, because it should be here, and one time you have it here, the next time you may be here. You can't measure exactly, let's call it just 19 inches. You move it 19 inches. You can't measure, is this 19 or 20? And then you have to make a compensating move to get it back on plane 19 or 20 precisely. This, you don't, you know it's precisely. You want it precisely here. Okay. And then there's no compensating move because it's just on plane. There's no compensating move to get it back on plane.
Well, can I?
Yeah.
Can I see
hold on. Let me finish recording, and then we'll get back and cover that. Okay. So huge improvement, and you know, so I think we can just make it more consistent. And see, you have to work so hard, wham, and then back, as opposed to just rotate, boom, and go. So, and then it's a matter of you know, programming. Now you're not coming in steep. You're not going to try to save it with your hands. In here, then you can get the thing rotating through. So that's the next step. So the step that we still have to work on to add more consistency is dragging it, sucking it back inside, and then assuming we can get it on plane each time, then we can focus on clearing the left hip and a better body rotation, which will give you more consistency and better direction. Okay, so I love this. Look at how it exits right on plane. You keep your shoulder tilt, even though it's amazing. You keep your shoulder tilt, even though your butt's coming from the back wall, a spine angle, that really is good. Okay, all on plane, so good. This is coming up too. Look at that. Your belt is facing the target. It's really good. You know, we can get you releasing fuller this way, but this is fine. This is really good. Okay, let's look from the other dimension. Let's see what's happening here. There should be no surprises. It's just a way better swing, I'm telling you. Okay, so See, that grip is all screwed up. Okay, so from this dimension, because your flipper, you know, what you have is you're coming down, and then you're resetting early like this, right? So that's because that's how steep. Then you go like this, and then you have to flip. So you know you're a flipper because you came in steep and you had to stand up and try to save it with your hands. Okay, so now, and the problem with that is as you're flipping, there's no flat spot. It's shaped like a V. It's only in the hitting area for maybe an inch, right? You're flipping, okay, as opposed to here to here. Look, yeah, I'm in the hitting area for like a foot. The V is adding inconsistency. The U will help the consistency. But this is just prior programming out of need. You know, because coming in steep, we're flippers. So like I say, there's no surprises. You know, I could have bet on it. This is really good action, though. And for a guy that doesn't get his left hip back, that's really good action. And you release the side. Here, see how that grip is all screwed up? So at some point, you think you're starting to overlap. And by the way, I had the same problem, and I'll tell you how I fixed it. Then it's back here, and then when you come in and flip, then it goes, you got kind of like this grip. See at that point, see how your grip is like this? And it should look like this, right? So just the fact that it's sawing in the hands is going to cause inconsistency. As opposed, so you're coming in, you're flipping, and then the club is crawling up like that. So it goes from here to here, somewhere in, as opposed to, you know, there's nothing handsy going on with the hands. It's the same grip, here, here, here. So they go here, and then they clear that hip, and they just give that 1.5 foot flat spot. So if you look at that grip, this is so good through here, though. Look, you're rotating on that heel, so you got the weight back on the left heel. You're up on the toe. Were you on your toe last time? Anyway, this is really good. So you only have a couple things that need to be refined. You got 12 that are perfect. Really good. I mean, that's why you can whack it, and you can see why you have inconsistency. This thing, a V at the bottom, and a club that's crawling up your hand, because it doesn't crawl up the same amount each time, and you don't drag it inside too much time. The same each time. Okay, let me save this.